My name is Judy Ruvion.
Judy Ruvion, what did you bring for us today?
I kind of brought you the story of my maternal grandmother. Her name is Marguerite Filbert Rowe. Her real name was Marguerite, but she was known as Margaret.
Yes.
Over here in the United States. I think over in Russia she was called Marguerite. Marguerite was born in Chilling, Russia, 1895. And I have a picture of her that supposedly, according to everything I've read, this was taken in Russia. This is my grandmother, Margaret Filbert. I think this was taken before she was married.
That's a very, I like the frame. That's a very neat.
Isn't that a beautiful frame? Anyway, so it was before her age of 20. Her father was a blacksmith in Chilling. He died when she was 10. After she was confirmed, her mother sent her off to Saratov to earn a living. I don't know what she did, but I think she was like a cleaning lady for a rich family, or she worked in the home of a rich family, because they were very poor since they didn't have much of an income, because she had older brothers that had to do the farm work.
Yes.
Okay, this is the home where they lived in Russia.
That's really neat.
Now, I have a story here about when she got married. And it says, my mother was 20, but I do think this age is wrong. And my father was 28 at the time of their wedding. Mother told me that she had gone with several girlfriends to the Curb, and that's spelled K-E-R-B, the annual fall festival in Schilling. This was always the first Sunday in October, and the dance lasted 3 days. She was introduced to my father on the first evening of the festival, and then took her to the dance the following 2 evenings. On the third day, he asked her to marry him because he wanted to go to the United States. He had been to the United States previously and then returned to Russia to find a bride.
Oh, wow.
And then they were married at the end of the month. They had to post it for 3 Sundays. But this is the story of their wedding, and how the bride, groom, and 2 men came to the house, and the procedure of the wedding procession, and the food that was served, and the songs. It's all in this story.
Wow, that's really interesting.
Then they left, and they were married on October 31st in 1912. And they left Russia. They left Russia, and they ended up in Liverpool, and they sailed on the Carmania to the United States on this ship. And it says here that this was converted for military use in World War I in 1914. So they got here in January of 13.
Yeah.
So that's a neat history of the ship, too, I think.
Well, that's interesting that they were able to come over on it, and then it was used in wartime.
And this is a manifest of the ship with her name on it, and my grandfather's name. And it lists her age here as 18, and I just don't know.
Oh, wow.
I think this is more accurate than her wedding age of 20, according to the story. And then she gets her citizenship paper, and she got a letter here from the United States Department of Labor, and she had to fill out this. And on here it says everything. She had a prepaid ticket, and it has the number on it, and arrived on the Carmania on the Concord line, and there's her name again. And there's her citizenship paper. And she became a citizen of the United States.
Wow, that's really neat that you have all these documents.
This is the original. Mm-hmm. And this is the family line that we have so far of her. But when she became a citizen, here's a picture of her in her citizenship class.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that cool?
All the other people. Oh, that's really neat. But they have that picture of them all there, like, learning to, like, all that stuff.
And I just saw a man come in, and his grandmother is in here, too. They were very good friends. Mrs. Luft and my grandmother were very, very good friends. Anyway, that's that story. But then when she arrived here, she had 6 children, and there's an article in Nebraska History Magazine I don't know if you're familiar with it.
Yes.
It's put out 4 times a year. And this article's on the midwives in the German-Russian bottoms.
Yeah.
And there's a picture in here of the midwife that delivered all the children.
Oh, wow.
And my mother's. This is my mother's birth certificate, and this midwife is there.
Oh, wow.
So this lady delivered my grandmother's children. So that's kind of a very short story of my grandmother, and this is her, one of her last good pictures, and it was taken by Joel Soratoff. I don't know. There, that's her. I think she was 90.
Oh, wow.
And there she is. 91.
Oh, wow. It's really interesting. So you
So
must
there
have
you
been
have it.
really close with your grandmother?
Yes. Well, she's my grandma. So there.
To keep the history of her must be very important.
Well, she was a very wonderful lady.
Oh, yeah.
Very special.
No, it's really neat that you have like some of the original documents because
I'm very lucky.
Yeah, those are very hard to find or very hard to keep in such good condition for.
Well, my mother did that, and like this one picture of her, of my grandmother, we just found it. Didn't know anything about it.
That's really neat.
So there you go.